Welcome to today's session on cloud scalability. Scalability is a key benefit of cloud computing, as it allows systems to actually handle the workload spikes very effectively and efficiently. We'll explore the differences between horizontal and vertical scaling, and also discuss autoscaling in cloud platforms such as Azure. So let's start with horizontal versus vertical scaling. Well, horizontal scalability means scale out, scale in, horizontal. What it is? Horizontal scaling or scaling out or scaling in involves adding more machines, more elements, entities, instances, or resources to the system. In simple words, in horizontal scaling, you are not going to increase the performance of the single unit. Instead, you will add more units. For example, you have one machine and you want more performance. Well, for your environment, just buy more computers, add more computers. That is your horizontal scaling. The key feature of horizontal scaling is it distributes the load across multiple servers, improving performance and reliability. It supports high availability and fault tolerance by replicating the services on multiple instances or machines. Example, if you have, let's say, a web application, a website, and experience increased traffic, sudden traffic, means during a Christmas event, the spike is huge. You can now add more web servers to distribute the load among all the machines. So you are scaling out. This is what you call horizontal scaling. So I hope horizontal scaling is clear. What is vertical scaling? You can also say scaling up or scaling down. Well, vertical scalability or scaling up or down involves increasing the performance or capacity of a single unit or single instance or machine by upgrading the CPU power, RAM, or storage speed. The key feature, it is suitable for workloads that require more processing power on a single server, limited by a hardware, let's say, compatibility of the machine. So if you have any job requirement or any application which need, let's say, multiple threads, more cores, so it makes sense to actually go for vertical scaling, where you actually increase the performance of the CPU itself. And how about if the application need higher IOPS, input-output operations per second? Higher IOPS of your storage drive, then it makes sense to go for a great or maybe a best SSD in the market. You can go for that. So that is also a vertical scaling. You are increasing the performance of the same unit. Now, for example, you may upgrade your server hardware or maybe your personal computer to improve its performance when it struggles to handle resource-intensive tasks like gaming. So adding a new graphic card to your machine is also vertical scaling. You're scaling up. All right? Now, let's talk about auto-scaling in cloud platform. What is auto-scaling? Well, it is in the name, automatic. So auto-scaling in a cloud architecture or cloud platform is a feature that automatically adjusts the amount of resources based on the current demand. Or in some cases, it can also do it in a predictive demand. So if Azure predicts that the load will go up, it can also automatically scale. Plus, in some cases, this can also be scheduled. So let me say it again. Automatically scale your resources based on current demand, predicted demand, as well as scheduled demand. It ensures that resources are scaled up when needed during high traffic specifically. And then it scales down when the demand goes down or demand is low. Now, scale up. When there is an increase in demand, the system will automatically add resources to the same unit. Scale down. When the demand goes down or decreases, the system will remove resources to avoid unnecessary cost, but from the same machine, same unit. Some key benefit of auto-scaling. Well, cost efficiency. You only pay for the resources you use. So it eliminates the need for over-provisioning and overpaying for that. Improved performance. It ensures that your system performs optimally, especially during traffic spikes. The next is high availability. It keeps your system available and responsive during changes in demand. No matter the fluctuation, your service will be there. So that is what scaling is all about. So I hope scaling and especially auto-scaling concepts are clear. So in this session, we covered cloud scalability, focusing on two main types. Horizontal scalability means scale out, scale in, which means adding more machines, more elements, or more units to the system, all right, to handle increased workload. And then the load is spread all over those machines. Then we discussed vertical scalability, scaling up, scaling down, which means increasing the capacity of the single unit or single machine to boost its performance. We also discussed auto-scaling, which dynamically adjusts resources to optimize cost and performance balance while ensuring high availability. Well, this flexibility is what makes cloud computing such a powerful tool for businesses that experience especially fluctuating workloads. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you learned something. I will see you in the next episode. Take care.